Now, what's up, YouTube, and welcome back to yet another video. Now, I know I've been gone for a while, but as you know, or as you may not know, I'm working two jobs. I'm out there hustling, doing what it is that I need to do in order for me to do what I want to do. So, with that, I have a very limited time to film videos, which is kind of an excuse sometimes, but bear with me, guys. I am trying. So, with that being said, today, as you can see from the title of the video, we're gonna talking about how Canada is. Yeah, I can't say it. YouTube's gonna censor me or whatever. But we're gonna be talking about the affordability crisis that's happening now in this country. It is bad. Hence, I have to work two jobs in order to get ahead and do what I want to do with my life. But for the average person, I would say, or for a lot of Canadians who are in this economy right now, who are going through it, it's very hard. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the biggest cost that most of us face, which is housing costs, rent, mortgage, everything along those lines. Now, when it comes to housing affordability, a lot of people out there cannot afford to rent and especially buy a place when it comes to the major cities like Vancouver, Toronto, Ontario. Is very difficult at this point. Even me, I am on a journey to buy a house and get into a house, but it's proven to be very difficult to do so at this point. It's like the main thing that's really affecting, at least I would say me and a lot of people, are interest rates. Interest rates are high. A few weeks ago, I went for like a pre-approval for a condo that I was interested in, and right now they're stress testing for 8%, which is insane. Insane. Majority of the payments you're gonna make for that is gonna go towards interest at this point. And a lot of people, just like myself, feel like it just isn't worth it to maybe jump in the market right now, considering the interest rates. Even you would think as a first-time home buyer, it'd be a little bit easier. You get the rebate, you have your HFSA, which helps you a lot to save on housing. That would help, but honestly, it's not helping that much. It's proven very hard to get into the game right now, and I don't really want everyone to feel discouraged. It's just a moment in time. Things like this always happen. So people aren't jumping in the market like a few years ago, all because interest rates were low back then. You had it good, money was very cheap to borrow. So why not? Right now it's basically doubled, which is crazy. And that's keeping a lot of people away from the market. But those are not the only people who are struggling, because renters are struggling. And I'm a renter right now, currently. And it is crazy what's going on right now. I have a list, a chart, which has some stats from rentals.ca. So I'm going to show it on the screen right now. So as you can see, the average cost for a one bedroom in Vancouver, BC is $2,988. Crazy, boy. Second up, we have, as always, as usual, Toronto, which is $2,620 for a one bedroom. Yo, imagine, you have to really think about this. Imagine you're someone who's making a minimum wage. And mind you, I just saw minimum wage went up to about $16 and a couple cents. That, how are you going to be able to afford an apartment? There's no way. At this point, you're basically working to survive. You're not working to live. Honestly, you're not living. You're just surviving at that point. You can have very few luxuries. You definitely can't afford a car unless you buy like a really old car cash, which is nothing against that, to be honest. That's very good. And but like, I don't know, man. I don't know how a lot of people are doing it, to be honest. So my heart is really out there with everyone out there who's struggling and going through it. Now, there's a lot of things that different people could do as to try to get your income up, try to get your expenses down. If you have debt, try to get that down. Try to minimize on subscriptions. There's a whole bunch of things that you could do, and you can always go on YouTube, find a way, find out what it is that you need to do. Me personally, what I did, I was drowning in consumer debt, car, credit cards especially, and some other things, you know. And what I did is that I went on a journey to become debt free, which I am right now. So I'm thankful that I prepared myself so that while all this is happening, when people are struggling, I'm thankful that I took the steps and I did what I needed to do in order so I'm not in a position where I'm struggling or anything like that. And personally, what I did was that I listened to a lot of Dave Ramsey. I know a lot of people don't like to hear him, but that is what I did. And within 24 months, I paid off about $50,000 in debt, which put me in a better position now in order to handle these rough economic times. And some, I'm not gonna flash it in everyone's face because a lot of people go for different things. They go for a lot of mental issues, financial issues, family issues. Everyone's going through it right now, and I could see it. But you need to really do something to get this turned around, guys. I don't think it's going to get easier, to be honest with you. It's going to get more difficult. And, you just got to hang in there and find a way to change this all around. I really, truly believe it's not going to get back to what it was maybe like before the pandemic happened, before 2020. I don't think life is going to return back to normal like it was back then. It's going to stay how it is for a bit. Might go on a little bit, but it's going to go on higher and higher progressively as we go along with time. The thing I want to talk about is cars. A lot of us love cars. I love cars. And a lot of us are going into that financial pit of owning cars. Right now, I feel like it's not a very good time to buy a car. Interest rates are crazy. Even for brand new cars, interest rates are crazy. You're looking at maybe 6, 7%, 8% if you have good credit. And that's crazy for a new car that's gonna cost you like what? 40, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 interest rate throughout the period of their own. Now, as you may know, I had a nice, beautiful Mercedes C43 AMG, and I could afford the car, no problem. I can afford it. They say I could pay for the car, I would say, but long term wise, what it's costing me presently and the future cost is gonna cost me, that all that money could go towards something much better, like getting into a house that I really want, to be honest. And you know what? I was like, you know what? Let me sell that car, get out while the market's a little bit good, because I know the car market is going down and down and down as time goes on, because people are struggling right now. People cannot afford their cars anymore. It's very difficult for them. And yeah, look where it's going right now. I'm looking online right now. Cars that were 40,000 are going for 34,000, 35,000, and still going down. Wanted a car, which is a Mercedes E63. And when I was looking maybe a year back, a year and a half ago, it was like $100,000 plus. Now I'm seeing options that are about 80,000, high 80s. It kind of proves that the market is going down right now. There is demand, but not crazy demand for when they're buying your car from you, especially the dealers. They'll ask you for top dollars when you want to buy a car from them, but go back and trade that car in, they're offering you nothing, to be honest. And I understand, they need to make their money, but it is crazy how the market is going right now. So cars are just a little bit no-no. I know delinquency rates are up right now, about maybe 2%. And average cost for a new car in Canada right now, I would say a monthly payments is about $700 and something dollars a month right now. And that's crazy. And maybe for a used car, it's about $500 something dollars. And that money could go really towards something better. Maybe paying off your debts, paying off whatever you owe to put you in a better position in life. I'm telling you guys, once you're debt free, that burden on your shoulders just goes away. I'm telling you, I've ever since I've gotten rid of my debt, I sleep peacefully at night. Honestly, I don't have a care for nothing in this world, to be honest, at all. But when I did have it, it was a burden. Late up at night, stressing about bills, wondering how I'm gonna pay this, how I'm gonna pay it off. But it takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice, guys. I'm telling you, it's just a hard work and sacrifice. That's what you really need to do. Do something that is different from the norm out there. And that's how you get ahead. Educate yourself, and all those things go a long way. You could do it. It's just up to you if you want to do it. If you want to put the time in, put the sacrifice in, the discipline, it's all up to you. I really believe that deep down. You can do whatever you want. It's just up to you at the end of the days. Yeah, some of us face barriers or blockades or anything like that, but there's always a way to get to something if you really want to get to something and if you really want to put in the work for it. All depends on you. Now, one thing I did forget to mention was food costs. Food costs is going through the roof right now. It is crazy. I remember when I used to be able to go to the grocery store and just for myself, for a few things to go to work, to pack a lunch or anything like that, I could spend $60 and I would be good. I could buy nice fruits, food, cook up something, breakfast. I'm good. Now minimum maybe 100, 110, and that's barely anything right now, to be honest, even for a single person. And I don't know, man, I don't know if you have a family how a lot of people are doing it. It is very difficult, and my heart goes out to everyone. It's just crazy, but we just need to do something different and find a way to get that extra cash, that extra income coming in, or maybe even cut down on some luxuries that we have in our lifestyle, cut down on some activities, cut down on some subscriptions, do anything that we need to do, find better insurance rates for our housing, for our cars, or anything along those lines. Just do what it is that you need to do. So that being said, the next thing we're gonna go and talk about is debt, specifically credit card debt and non-mortgage debts that's happening right now. So I'm gonna read you an article which is from Equifax Canada, and they came out with this article in September of 2023. What's up, beautiful people? This is me in the future, and I'm re-recording because the audio was a little bit messed up. But basically, in this Equifax report, it says credit card balance hit a record of $107.4 billion. It also says total consumer debt reached $2.4 trillion. And that was partly due to crazy credit card debt growth from subprime and deep subprime consumers. Now, it also said that the average consumer has an average of $21,131 in non-mortgage debt. Now, I was looking at the chart where it was explaining the average consumer debt within major cities in Canada. And I was surprised to see Calgary was at the top of an average of 24,143, higher than Toronto. You see, that was a little bit crazy to me, but I guess since, us in Toronto are paying such high living costs that, we don't have that much more money extra at the end of the month to spend. So I guess that's where all the extra money is going towards. Simply can't afford to live on what they're making right now. And it's the story that's going all along the country, guys. And all I can say is that I don't know, man. It's very hard. It's very hard. This country is messed up. And a lot of people are saying yes, it's because maybe of the liberal government and that they need to get out, and it's because of the conservative government. And yes, a lot of these things are messed up, and that's what's going on. But to me, even if the conservative government comes into power, it will take a little while to fix the problem. Whoever comes next um, in this political game, it's going to take a while for things to really change and make a difference. I'm telling you that from now. It's not going to be an instant change in things. Things are going to take a while. And you just need to, what I always preach is that you should always depend on yourself. Make a way for yourself. If the government helps you, they help you, whatever. But count on your own self, right? Do not depend on the government. I promise you. No matter who's in power, do not depend on them. It doesn't matter. Depend on yourself first. Make a way for yourself and go along your life that way, to be honest. Without no handouts or nothing, if you can, do that. I promise you, it will end up working for you better. Otherwise, guys, the few tips I could try to give you is that one, live below your means. First of all, budget your money. That's what a lot of people need to do is budget. Actually sit down, go through everything, list all your bills, and not live so last how do you say last daisical or whatever. Like don't let just let your life just go by you. Like I know people want to live their life and they want to do YOLO, but I don't know, man. Being a YOLO type of person is gonna lead you down a life of misery. You think you're struggling now? You're gonna struggle for the rest of your life if you continue to be like this. You need to get your big boy pants up, make some very important decisions, work hard, and do what needs to be done, guys. So budget your stuff, live below your means, try to keep your expenses low, try to get your income up if you can, to be honest. You can always get your income up. Get another skill, get another job, get another part-time hustle, get another side business, start something to get your income up. Pay off all your debts, your credit card debt, your consumer debts. If you have expensive, crazy car payments, get rid of it, sell that thing, get a beater car, get a cheap car like I did, to be honest. People wondering why. It's crazy. Why would you do that? You're so worried about what other people think that you're not willing to do what's better for your life. And that's crazy. How are you going to live for other people to think you have money when you're broke? You have nothing. You're struggling at night. You're at home worried, stressed out because you want to give a persona that you have it all. Like, don't do that, guys, because I promise you, no one really cares about you. People might look at you and say like, oh, you don't have this. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, no one is paying your bills. I promise you, no one's paying your bills, and no one's worried about you like that. They're struggling too while they're watching you trying to put on a, oh, I have this, I have that. You're both struggling at this point. We're all basically living like the Jones. Your neighbor has a nice car, you want to get a nice car too. Don't fall into it. Do it if you could really, truly afford it. Do not live to please people. Do not do it. And if you have to sacrifice, do what's best for you and your family, guys. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe down here. Follow me on Instagram at Lester's AMG. I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Have a great week, guys. I love you. Peace.